Sumire is a much more important character than you think she is. So far, we haven't gotten much backstory or details about Sumire from Boruto's manga, but in the anime we get considerably more details regarding her backstory and her abilities, including her ability to summon a multi-dimensional mythological monkey named Nue. In this episode, I'm going to break down why Sumire is so important and all of the ways in which she could have a really large role in the plot of Boruto. Let's get into it. But first, if you wouldn't mind hitting that like button and giving me a subscribe, that would mean the world to me. Alright. A lot of elements in Boruto's anime, despite not being canon in the manga, end up foreshadowing real manga events. This event in Boruto's class trip to the Hidden Mist Village, where he dabbles in kenjutsu, only to have become a kenjutsu master in Blue Vortex. Another example of this is when Boruto creates a number of new Rasengan, which foreshadows Boruto's impressive variety of creative new jutsu variations in Blue Vortex, including Rasengan Uzuhiko. Initially, a lot of stock was put into Sumire being a love interest of Boruto, and I still think that's on the table. I just made my first video detailing how Sarada could die, which you can click here to watch. But then, when she started working with Amado, it was teased that Sumire might be destined to end up with Kawaki. But what if the truth is somewhere in the middle? What if Sumire's backstory is teasing a completely different fate? Possibly one where she double-crosses Sarada and Boruto. This could have been foreshadowed in the anime. In literally the first major arc of the anime, Sumire is revealed to be a double agent working against Konoha as the daughter of the last holdout from the root. So what if she's a double agent working for Amado or another evil party? I'll break it down first with the most direct path, which is that she's working for Amado. Here are some considerations. 3 years into Boruto being exiled, Sumire is still continuing to work with Amado. It's been 3 years, but it's only after Boruto returns to the village that Sumire decides to casually bring up in a conversation with Amado around Boruto supposedly having Akebi's data in his karma. That cues Amado to mention that he knows it's Kawaki. I don't think that I'm the only person who feels like that conversation was staged. Maybe by Amado, but in order for the conversation to have happened at all, it has to be Sumire. Sumire is the one that brought up the conversation. And in the next chapter, Shikamaru already confirms the significance of this moment. As much as he's a genius, he wasn't listening when Sarada stormed into his office on a repeated basis and literally begged him to listen to reason. He was waiting for Amado to say it. I don't think that moment happens without Sumire. And there's also the factor that that moment didn't need to wait for 3 years. It's only happening now that Boruto has returned to the village. Why is that? Especially when Amado's admitted that he knew right away. It just doesn't add up. Okay, but let's say she's not working for Amado. When Boruto comes back to the village and is greeted by Sarada, they made Sumire's isolation in the frame a point of focus. In fact, it got half the page. First and foremost, let's just say that everything else I just said now is wrong. Let's just say that for the sake of this argument. This type of focus alone should clue us in that this moment is significant in some way. Is Sumire's unrequited love driving her down the path of betrayal? Or maybe, what if the unrequited love story is a misdirect? What if she's got some other vested interest that we're unaware of? Why is she immune to Ada's Shinjitsu? The anime teased her having Nue. What if there's some other multi-dimensional factor that we're not seeing? Maybe a certain Otsutsuki god that left the dimension for a higher plane might be involved? Does it have something to do with what we saw in the anime, or is there something else that hasn't been revealed? We saw that her powers in the anime and Nue seemed to resonate with Boruto's Jogan, and Boruto himself summoned Nue. What if this is the couple that Kishimoto is teasing, and that Sarada is the red herring the same way that Sakura was the red herring in Naruto? I made a video breaking down that theory, which you can click here to watch. If Sarada for some reason doesn't make it the whole way, even though she probably will, you better believe that Sumire is best positioned to be Boruto's new future baby mom. But what do you think? Is Sumire as important as I'm making her out to be? What is her role going to be as the story progresses? Is she really Team Boruto and Sarada, or is there something else that we're missing? Thank you for watching. If you liked the video, please give it a like and a subscribe, and see you at the next one.